Hello, friends, and all the wonderful people of St. Thomas of Villanova Parish. As my time here draws to a close and I prepare to head back to Chicago to complete my studies in preparation for solemn vows and ordination, I cannot leave without saying thank you for all that you have done for me during my time here. And since the social distancing measures that are still in place will prevent me from having the opportunity to see most of you before I leave, I thought I'd put together a little video to make sure that I had the opportunity to say thank you. I think probably the most powerful lesson I learned this year came just after March 18th, when we had to close the parish doors and temporarily suspend public mass due to the social distancing measures that were put in place. Shortly after that time, a friend called me, and he said, "Jeremy, I guess your pastoral year is pretty much over, isn't it? There probably isn't a lot for you to do there when the parish doors are closed." And I kind of chuckled, and I said, "Not here. Not at St. Thomas of Villanova Parish. This parish is dedicated. They share their time, talent, and treasures, and they're going to find a way to do so even during this time." And how right I was. I was busier than ever, and so were you. I don't think a day went by during even the darkest and most strict hours of the quarantine where I didn't see several of you online in some way for an online ministry, or I did not see a car drive into the parking lot to drop off a donation, or I didn't receive a phone call or see some of you from a distance where you shared with me a story of how you had just reached out to somebody in need. You all modeled discipleship for me, and I'm very truly grateful for the wisdom and the inspiration that you have given me. A lot of people have been thanking me lately for what I've been doing for the parish as my time draws near. And as I've been reflecting on that, I can't help but think that I don't think I gave anything that I first didn't receive from you in some way. So I hope in some way that I've given back a portion of what you've given me. Because again, I go back, I leave this assignment with so much inspiration and so much wisdom and so many important lessons in what it means to be a disciple of Jesus Christ, all through your witness of the way that you live your life, the way that you live your baptismal vows, the way that you follow Jesus Christ. You know, it's not the easiest time in church history for somebody to give up a salary, a career, corner office, a car, a house, prospect of marriage, in order to devote themselves full time to the church in the way that an Augustinian friar is called to do. But through what I've seen this year, what I've experienced with you this year, I leave with so much inspiration and so much hope and so much excitement for what can be in the future, that I feel called to this way of life perhaps more strongly than ever because of your witness and the hope and the inspiration you have given me. So thank you. I would like to thank Father Joe, who was my supervisor, but my brother in Augustine, my Augustinian mentor, my spiritual mentor, and the one who taught me leadership this year. I want to thank Father Michael for his wonderful wisdom, his inspiration, his energy, his passion. I want to thank Father Allen for his wisdom, his mentorship, and his love for Augustine. I want to thank all the parish staff who bring so much experience and expertise and time and energy to the many ministries that they support. I want to thank all of our leaders of ministries in this parish for the wonderful model of discipleship and all the energy that they bring. And I want to thank all of you who have in some way affirmed me, gave me advice, shared wisdom, invited me to journey with you through part of your journey of faith. Thank you. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for all the many benefactors who support the Augustinians and make a year like this possible, where a student friar can take a year away from studies to really devote themselves to a ministry, to not only learn the art of ministry and the gift of ministry, but to discern if this is what God is calling them to do. So thank you. It's been a wonderful year because of you. And I could not be more grateful. And so while it will be a while probably before I will see many of you again, I think one of the most important things we learned during this time is that we can be physically separated, but spiritually united at the same time. And so while I will not be here physically for a while, I carry all of you with me into my future studies and my ministries and my endeavors. And I know that I will always be spiritually united to this parish because of what we have experienced together and what you have taught me. So thank you, once again, for everything you've done. It's been a great year because of you. So until we meet again, I'll wave into the camera one last time, which is something I'm apparently known for these days. And know that you will be in my thoughts and prayers, and that I very much look forward to the time when we shall be together again. In the meantime, I pray that your families and your loved ones will be safe and healthy and experience God's joy in the months ahead. God bless you, and thank you again.